just because his mother drove his wife out of the house, and even doubted whether the baby she carried belonged to her son. The man grew furious and took Minchio away from that home. He planned to stay in a hotel with his wife for the time being, until their new apartment was ready to move in. After settling, Minchio and Taishan hurried off to work. Soon the mother-in-law found out where the couple was staying, and stormed over in anger. She was convinced that Minchio was still involved with her ex-boyfriend. She had no patience to wait until the baby was born, to find out the truth through a test. She wanted an answer right now. The mother-in-law demanded that Minchio go to the hospital with her, saying that if the child was truly her grandchild she would treat her kindly. But the baby was less than 3 months along. A test at that time could easily cause harm. Minchio didn't want to risk it and tried to get away, but she couldn't escape from her mother-in-law's control, so she was taken to the hospital against her will. On the way there she suddenly felt sharp pain in her stomach. The stress and the cold had affected her and the baby. Frightened, she begged her mother-in-law for help, but the older woman thought she was pretending to avoid the test. As Minchio broke into a cold sweat from the pain, Taishan arrived just in time. He stopped his mother's car and rescued his wife, but the old lady kept insisting that her daughter-in-law was acting. Because of that stubborn belief, they delayed treatment and lost precious time. Sadly, the baby couldn't be saved. Heartbroken, Minchio cried in despair in the hospital room. She couldn't believe she had lost her child. Seeing his wife sob in pain, Taishan was filled with sorrow. After all, this tragedy had been caused by his mother. Furious, he decided to leave home with his wife for good. He didn't care if his mother took back everything from him. They would live their own lives separately from now on. Seeing her beloved son about to move out, the old woman couldn't accept it. So that very day she went to the hospital to see her daughter-in-law. She threatened her using Taishan's future as leverage, saying if she didn't persuade him to come home, she would make sure he lost everything, leaving Minchio no choice but to give in. Because of her insistence, Taishan didn't stay at the hotel anymore. They thought the loss of the baby might ease the mother-in-law's anger, but when she saw Taishan cooking seaweed soup for Minchio himself, the fury in her heart ignited again. In her rage, she destroyed the baby's ultrasound photos, and even threw away the little clothes they had bought into the fire.